Man, what is good? I'm your homie, your brother K Doze, and this is Master at Delivering Excellence, where it is our goal to deliver to you excellent content, excellent people, so that you can master excellence in every aspect of your life. On today's video, we're going to do a responsive reaction to my guy, the guy that I feel like who's been an inspiration in my life as trying to become an entrepreneur and just an overall better person, Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk is the CEO of VaynerMedia. He started and helped build his father's business, wine library, and he's one of the first entrepreneurs to take advantage of social media and to really predict a lot of the new ways that people are using social media as far as for their business. And he is an amazing speaker. He's not really a motivational speaker, but he is very inspirational and motivational with his tact and how he's just trying to make being just a good person cool in the world where maybe that's not the best thing to be. So if you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. So no further ado, we're going to get right to it. We have Gary Vaynerchuk talking about not judging yourself on the decisions that you make and trusting the process of building a business. So let's get it, Gary V. Let's go.
How do you make determinations on where and how you spend your time, knowing how valuable and how limited your time is?
Oh, God, I'm really happy you're asking this question, because if you can internalize what I'm about to say, you will not believe what it's about to do for you. The answer is the ability not to judge myself. You know how a lot of times, there's a lot of people there's a really dirty secret in the strategy world of like Bain and McKinsey, where if you really get them drunk, they admit that the actions lead to the strategy, not the other way around. That's my answer to you. How? I make decisions. And then I try to look at my calendar the week ahead and see if any decisions I made 4 weeks earlier that made me think this was a good use of time. Am I able to move something, cut something down? I'm extremely thoughtful about cutting times of meetings. So one of the things I think that really make me successful is understanding a 7-minute meeting is real and not just making it a 30-minute meeting. But the real reason is because I don't overthink it. I'm operating my business, I'm in it. How do I decide between going to dinner with Kevin Hart because I can and I want to build top of the funnel brand, or do I go take a mid-level client that I'm trying to build a relationship with? It's, you ask every normal person, it seems like those aren't super close, but I can touch the pulse and be like, I'm going to LA 4 more times in the next 3 months. The biggest mistakes I make are the ones of missed opportunities of the things by being crippled by opportunity. When you actually level that all up, my friend, it really is liberating.
I want to stop there real quick, guys. Let's concentrate on what he just said. He said, how do I make a decision on, I'm going to go to dinner with Kevin Hart, who lives in LA, or meet with a mid-level client whose business I'm trying to help improve. So when you think about that, right, those of us who are regular cats like me, your boy, I'm regular, and I would be excited. Kevin Hart is one of my favorite comedians. I would be excited to go have dinner with Kevin Hart. But if I have a client in which I'm helping, right, and let's say I have a client that says, hey, K-Doz, I want you to edit a video. That's what I do. I do a little bit of video editing. I want you to edit a video. What's going to be most important at that point in time? I know I'm going to be in LA 4 more times within the next couple months. That's what Gary Vee said, right? So yes, I can do that another time. But my client, this is the most important thing right now going on. No matter if it's a low-level client, a mid-level, or high-level client, I need to possibly meet with this client. I probably can't get to this client as sooner as I can get to Kevin Hart. And to me, that shows someone who's excellent at showing discernment and having discernment. But also, the key thing is, he's not judging himself off of which one he chooses. Whichever one he chooses, he's being decisive and saying, okay, I'm going to help my client, or yeah, I'm going to go see Kevin Hart. And not judging yourself, meaning he doesn't feel bad for not going to go see his client. He's not gonna feel bad for not going to see Kevin Hart and have dinner with them. And that's the thing, even in myself, that I've been learning, trying to build a brand and business is, you know, you can't feel sorry for yourself or anyone else. You can have empathy though. So, for example, if I choose to not ditch, I shouldn't use that word, it's a negative word. If I choose to say, okay, I can either, take my wife out on this date, or maybe I have a potential client that I may need to meet with. So, which one can I do? I can say, okay, boom, you know what, babe? I love you. Let's do the date tomorrow. My client needs me. I'm going to take care of this client. Or even vice versa. And I also love the fact that he says he's not above having a 7-minute meeting, 10-minute meeting, 15-minute meeting. That means, again, he's very decisive and on point. So which means that if you're going to have that 7-minute meeting with Gary Vee, he's not going to allow you to be like, okay, stretch that thing out to 30 minutes. No, this meeting is for this objective and this goal. Nothing more, nothing less. And it should take only 7 minutes for us to do that. That's very efficient. That's something that I'm definitely going to adopt from my boy Gary Vee right here. So let's get back to the video. You talking, Gary Vee, you talking.
You will never even come close to making the right decision. I mean it. You just don't know what the alternative would be. People think that there's a right answer. You as an operator of your business, make the right call that feels right at that moment and just move. And people spend all this time and money on trying to think that there's a proper answer. I play on the extremes. I spend as much time as possible on the things that are showing me the most offense, right? However you're doing your customer acquisition to get to a hundo on a product like that, like whether it's Facebook, whether it's brand, and then I spend the amount of time on my biggest vulnerability. Putting my finger in the holes to make sure the boat doesn't sink, and building a bigger fucking boat, and nothing in the middle. And knowing that I'm making that judgment at all times, and the second I get new data a week later, I might have to completely change what I thought was right the week before. It's also why I spend a ton of time with my employees. The reason I'm an HR-driven CEO is if you really understand this, both your biggest growth and your biggest vulnerabilities are actually your own team.
Entrepreneurs, talk to me down below. Talk to me down below. Those of you who have employees, I don't have employees. I have a partner. That's it. I don't really have employees. However, talk to me, entrepreneurs, down below. Let's comment. I know you guys are all trying to master excellence out there. Are we doing that? How much time are you spending on your employees' development as your employees for doing their job, but also as people? They are the most important part of your business. Of course, revenue and all that, of course, but they're the most important thing on your business. And the reason why we're focusing on business is because this is the topic of this particular video. As far as the video that Gary Vee is doing is based around business. We may do another topic that talks about men and women relationships, and may talk about fatherhood, whatever. But everything has to have a level of excellence, right? So right now we're talking about business. Entrepreneurs, managers, bosses, everybody out there. How do you really treat your employees? Do you treat them like people? Because he said, what did he just say here? He said that the best things are going to be coming from your employees and the worst things. So it's important to know your employees, know their strengths, know their weaknesses, so you can set them up to succeed. Because if they succeed, you succeed. Instead of trying to find ways, trying to find negative things, really getting to know them. But once you get to know them and understand them, then you know really, you might have hired them for something they might even have a degree in. But because you got a chance to spend time with them and get to know them, now you figure, you know what? Maybe Kate right here, yeah, we hired her for logistics, but maybe she needs to be in HR, or maybe she needs to be in development of logistics. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. But Gary Vee is talking right now. Salute to Gary Vee. I'm loving this. hit the like button, comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about this so far. We're almost hitting the home run here, guys. Let's go.
So I think it's a lack of, it starts with the ability not to overjudge yourself, because that is the liberator of the model I just broke down for you.
But even the items that you may have scheduled out 4 weeks in advance, you still sit down at the beginning of that week to reevaluate.
At our best, which I don't do all the time, my admins and I are doing some sort of version of an audit on Friday. Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, you find yourself in that paralysis of where are you spending your time on the most valuable activities?
I don't think that way, and nobody, I mean, listen, I'm in the mix for top busy people. Mm-hmm. I'm in the conversation. You know, I go hard for 15 hours a day, I do 7-minute meetings, I'm fucking in the conversation. And I easily spend 25% of my day on things that end up being dumb shit. That is where the speed comes in. Got it? Yeah. If I spend time looking back at my calendar for the last month, I'd be devastatingly sad. People judge themselves. If you're an operator and you're in the mix on your business, you made the best decision you could at that moment with the data that you had. The end. Was it to go to a Kroger's meeting, or was it to go meet a supplier of milk, or to go meet an influencer who was destined to be the one that broke you out? All three sounds right to me. And they all could end up being right or could end up being wrong. My thing is, if you go super fast and go super hard and super efficient, you might be able to do all three if you're not spending half your time judging yourself if you're getting it right. Got it? You see where I'm going? You wouldn't be here. Maybe that's what you needed today. Like, you would have this whole day back. Just even in there's no way I do this. That's not how I learn. Now, you may learn this way, but there's never a chance in hell that I'd ever be at a 4Ds. Because I learn from so much doing. That's why my data is so clean. It's why I'm an innovator. It's why I'm fast. It's why a lot of good things happen for me, because I realized just the doing is actually more efficient than the thinking about it. Somebody said something really funny to me once, and it was like the dig of this version, and it's a really funny conversation. He was talking about VaynerMedia at the time. This was maybe 5 or 6 years ago. He said, you know, Gary, I gotta tell you, I love your company, but I gotta take a little bit of a knock on you. He was trying to set it up. I'm like, okay, what is it? He goes, if I was sitting in this room and you guys were standing outside and I said, VaynerMedia, I need you to sit right next to me, I know you guys would do it. He goes, where I think you need to be more thoughtful, Gary, is I have a feeling though that you might run through that glass panel and sit with us when you could have just opened the fucking door. And I said, yeah, but which one was cooler? You know, and so the answer to that is, like, I think what that gentleman didn't understand in his analogy as a critique was he was trying to have an intellectual conversation about something that all of our businesses will be super fun to talk about in a Harvard business study or around a campfire in 40 years with our grandkids when we can pontificate, but we're operating right now. That.
You know what, guys? I think right now, as I'm watching this video, basically, man, what Gary Vee is trying to tell the gentleman who asked him the question is, look, make a decision. Make a decision, stand on your decisions, right? And just do. Don't spend all of this time going back, hire people for your analytics and for your, even planning to some, from some standpoint. But it's like, do, because the doing is how he learned. There's a lot of people content creators who created YouTube videos did not know how to even work the camera phone. I did not know how to work a camera phone, let alone, the cameras that I have now. I did not know how to work it. I had to learn by doing. Right? So for anybody out there, we're all trying to master excellence in every aspect that we're doing. Let's take the lesson here from Gary Vee and just do shit. Right? Plan a little bit. but do shit. And don't judge yourself. Okay? Hey, if you know you put in 15 hours of work today and you want to watch the football game, don't judge yourself for that. But if you know you only put in an hour, hour and a half of work, and then you want to spend 4 hours watching the football game, don't judge yourself for it. It is what it is, because it's the decision that you made, right? So that's the thing, and that's what I'm getting from this particular Gary Vee video. There is more to this video. It's about another 9 minutes left, but we get the gist of what Gary Vee is trying to tell us through this message. I'm going to put the link in the description box so you can watch the whole entire video. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe this video. I am your homie, your brother, K Doze. Make sure you subscribe to Master at Delivering Excellence, because remember, it is our goal to deliver excellent content, excellent people like Gary Vee, so that we can all master excellence in every aspect of our life. Salute and shout out to all the entrepreneurs out there, all the fathers, all the husbands, all the mothers, everybody out there, all the wives, everybody out there that's trying to master excellence. We appreciate you for watching. Thank you very much. And remember, once again, master excellence. Salute.